why the Drip Network will make many millionaires in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome to DeFi Crypto Talk, where we talk everything DeFi in the cryptocurrency space. For all my subscribers out there, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So, as you can see, currently we're still in the $4 range. $4.83 as a recording. We've been in the low fours to high fours for most of the day. So again, I'm just taking this opportunity to build my drip faucet bag and accumulate as much drip as possible before we have the animal farm launch, and eventually all the good things are coming down the pipeline for the Drip Network. So looking pretty good there. As far as the faucet's concerned, so I have about 1,355 deposited. I just deposited some earlier today. And then yeah, just overall just loving the 1% daily and enjoying being in the faucet. Again, I think this is all going to start picking up, and we're going to start seeing these values start going up after a while once we get everything online.
9, 8, 7, 6
that we know is just around the corner. So feeling pretty bullish about the faucet. Moving on to the animal farm. Now I just clicked on it, and I think we're at the pigs token is, I think it was at 120 something the last time, yesterday's video, and now we're at 149. So definitely a lot of anticipation, definitely still a lot of excitement in the animal farm. So I'm expecting to see this go way higher than 47 million once we get to launch, but it's always good to see some price appreciation coming back into the protocol. As far as my garden's concerned, or the garden I should say, so 406,000, so still taking a hit. I still believe a lot of people are taking profits out and putting it into the side for the animal farm launch and or purchasing more pigs, which is absolutely I think phenomenal. So in the meantime, I'm going to continue to build my garden and just work on that for the near future. And currently in my garden I have 3.3. I still got some here I'm going to accumulate here. I've accumulated, but I need to go ahead and plant. I think what I'm going to do from here on out is just go ahead and let this build up a little bit, and then go ahead and accumulate it, just because some days that I just forget to get to it. So I'll just let it build up a little bit, and then go ahead and plant some seeds there. But overall, feeling pretty bullish on the garden, and excited for the animal farm launch coming up. So hopefully this is it, and then we can all be set and see watch the fireworks show happen. So feeling pretty good on the garden. As far as my per day earnings are concerned, so in the garden I am making currently $33 per day, so that's down $3 for the day. In drip I am currently making roughly $65 a day, and then the piggy bank, it should have gone up because the price went up. Let's take a look here. I think it was $1.22 yesterday. Yeah, $1.29, so went up a little bit. Overall, feeling pretty bullish again. Now we're starting to see that excitement coming up, and it's really nice to see the animal farm and that TVL start to rise. So I think once we get the launch, this is really going to start pushing up, and we're going to see some price appreciation there. So feeling pretty good. And some more good news. So 166 new players today. I think we had 165 yesterday. So overall, feeling really good about that. We're getting more and more people coming into the faucet each and every day, getting the word out. Again, I brought it up yesterday, but the YouTubers I'm seeing, just absolutely so many YouTubers on coming out with videos talking about drip and talking about life-changing wealth and all that, and I think it's absolutely phenomenal. So I honestly, I think at this rate, if we keep even steady at this rate, I think it's obviously going to be a good thing for the protocol and just for bringing on new players. But I think what's really going to tip it over there is just obviously the animal farm launching, and then obviously all the other stuff coming down the pipeline for drip. But in the meantime, I'll take 166, I'll take 50, I'll take 20, as long as we just keep getting new players in. That just shows the excitement still there for the drip faucet, which it always is in my opinion, and I believe it'll be a lot higher here in the near future. So looking pretty good there. Now I did a video yesterday and I talked about the price prediction and the $3,000 and per drip price prediction, and I gave you mine. I said 2024, so all-time high. But I want to put some more research into it, and give you guys more of a detailed description of how I got to that. And I know I sort of kind of did it in the yesterday video, but I want to go a little bit more deep. So talking about the first one that I talked about was the lending portion of it. So my prime example I'm going to use is Time Wonderland. Now, I can also use Nexo as well. Basically just taking money out of what you invested, but I think Time Wonderland is a good one to use. Now, for those of you who don't know, Time was huge back in the day. They had little issues with the creator, and he hired somebody who was not necessarily legit, so price went down. It was just a total disaster. But in its heyday, it amassed a treasury of 820 million with a TVL of 1.8 billion dollars. I mean, could you imagine what happened if that I should say when that happens on the animal farm? Absolutely unreal. And I think the Manor Farm, or I want to say we were high at one point. We were like 300 or 400 million or something like that. So definitely not out of the question for us at all. But 1.8 million would be phenomenal. But they had 1.8 million, and then if you see, I mean, they had the lending that I was talking about in yesterday's video enacted, and that's what I think is going to happen with Drip. So Drip's going to be, you're going to be able to, you have to buy Drip, and then you're going to be able to borrow against that. So that's going to force people to buy Drip, which in the long term will cause Drip to go ahead and the price to rise, and then they got to pay it back, and they get collateral, but their collateral is going to be held. Now, we don't know the full mechanics, so I don't know, like, if they get if they get liquidated, does it just, those tokens obviously get burned, or I don't know how it's going to work. I'm sure Forex is in the background working it, as we speak, probably. But I'll be curious to see. But I do know that a lot of the ones with lending, that's going to be huge, because if you can borrow against your Drip, and depending on how much the price of Drip is at the time, I mean, that could be a significant amount of money. I mean, could you imagine myself right now going there and borrowing against this amount of Drip, and let's say Drip's at $20 or at 10 or 50, even $15, and I can borrow a portion of that and then reinvest or invest it in the animal farm. I mean, I think that's going to cause things to just absolutely explode. So that was one reason why, and I wanted to sort of bring that up. And then if you look at the price, I know sort of different mechanics, and I know there's a couple other things out there. So that Time Wonderland had mechanics behind it, but I mean, you saw the price, and a lot of this had to do with as well the lending portion of it. So you see, I mean, the coin went up to $9,000. Now, am I saying Drip's going to go up to 9,000? That's a stretch for me. Anything's possible in the crypto space, but I think that's a little bit of a stretch for me. But in my eyes, with the TVL, and if we're in a bull market, I definitely could see 3,000. Absolutely. So, but then we saw what happened here. How Time, the creator had some issues with his somebody who hired, yada yada yada, and then we see it dropped all the way down to now it's like $11 or something like that. Let's take a look here. Yeah, $11. So that's one reason why. So that's why I said lending is going to be a big portion that's going to push Drip and ultimately take us to the next level. And it's definitely going to, and I said at least all-time high yesterday. So when I say at least, I mean it's probably going to go more than that. Definitely more than that. So that was one reason why. And then another one I talked about was, we have the insurance. So the insurance is huge. I mean, we just had this just recently. So with Binance being hacked, losing 500 million, even though they said they didn't lose that much. But these hacks are happening all the time in the crypto space. So what better way? And I don't know with that, the insurance for the wallet, how that's going to play out. Whether that be something where you pay a little bit of Drip and you get X protection, or I don't know how the insurance is what's going to look like. It's all in. I'm going to start calling Forex Musk his head right now. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I think these are two big things that are really going to push it. Mainly, I would be leaning towards the lending, obviously, because that's going to bring the excitement and more excitement back to Drip Network. So I just want to put that out there and really talk about that, because I think it's highly underestimated. And projects that this is a project that did have lending, and you see the numbers it put up. So take those numbers, take a mental snapshot, put in the Drip, and then even. Put in the Drip Network, and then you can even have it where, you're looking at people putting some more money into the animal farm. I mean, I think it's going to benefit both projects, and that's my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think about the lending. How do you think it's going to be created? You know, I like to hear your thoughts on it, because I thought about this yesterday after I did the video, so I should have explained a little bit better as to how, in more detail I should say, how I got to my conclusions. But overall, so that's what I'm looking at there. And there's plenty others, like I said, Nexo and some other projects that I've been in that have had lending. But the only tricky part with the lending is you have to be very careful, because like I said before, I got absolutely wrecked when Bitcoin was going up, and I was borrowing and buying more Bitcoin. I kept doing it, and my loan to value got too high, and then the Bitcoin price dropped, and then my face dropped because my account went to zero. So that, I mean, it wasn't necessarily zero, but it was close to it. So it wasn't really cool there. So let's see. Moving on. Let me see if there's any updates we have for today. So AMA tomorrow with a major Telegram group, influencer group, 1 p.m. Eastern. He still has launch November 1st, so I'm looking pretty forward to that. Pretty excited about that. I think that's going to be huge for us, and I think we're going to definitely see some fireworks once it launches. Hence, we just jumped up a lot in TVL, a couple $1 million, and the Pigs token has jumped up about $20, all within, it seems, about roughly like a day. So you know, who knows, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's the video for today. Hope you guys like it. Please comment, like, subscribe at the very bottom. I appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next one.